reviewing the Phantom 2023 Christmas special live on the channel. So stay tuned for this because we're going to be reviewing today. We're going to review 5 Phantom comics. We're going to be doing 5 live comic book reviews today on the channel, so stay tuned for that. It's going to be like a marathon type thing, so let's go. So this comic book issue number is 1960, and it goes for 108 pages long, and the cover art is done by the magnificent Jeff Weigel. Look at his stuff. Look at his cover. It's awesome. Absolutely awesome. And he did the front cover, and he also did the back cover. Look how good. And the first story we saw from this book is called The Ingenues. It was first, so this is how the first page goes. So ends the tale of the visitor. In the morning I'm bound for the Maury Coast, a goodwill visit with old friends, and one other thing I never miss a chance to go to see. Once again, the Maury have asked me to captain a boat, crewed by their young men eager to test themselves against an unforgiving sea. The Voyaging Canoes, first published in 2007 and went until the 8th of the 25th in 2007. So it pretty much only went for 4 months, pretty much. Devil, last time I joined the race, the unforeseen awaited. A waif, adrift on the open ocean. The tale she told took the boat I led out of the competition and set the young men in my charge on an even greater adventure. Beginning the Ingenues. Ingenues or Ingenues? I don't know. And this story was first published, it started on the 10th of the 17th of the 2021. So it's a couple of years old. It was published for the first time by Few Publications in 2023 in the Christmas special, which is this year. We bounded a yacht, crewed by criminals. My lads gave them a punishing tutorial in the Maury martial arts. A race at sea foils a murder conspiracy. The next crew of mine will have heard the tale many times over. I hope they won't be disappointed when all we test this time is our seamanship. The law of averages says this next visit with the Maury is likely to be uneventful. Meanwhile, on the Maury coast, we should do something, Cabello. Something big, like burn their boats. You know, a protest, a statement. Ha ha. Calm yourself, Nao. We'll get the Phantom to take our side and you'll see. In the Maury tongue. So the Phantom is at the Maury tribe at this current time. And there's these 2 ladies who have they're quite capable of going on a large adventure like their male conspirators. And they're quite capable of doing that, but a lot of the older folk, a lot of the older traditional type folk don't really want these ladies to be going on this deadly adventure and do not think that they are equipped with going on this adventure. And they want the Phantom's support, so what they do is after they think that they've got the Phantom's support, and the Phantom then says, young women testing themselves against the sea, as their brothers have done for centuries. Modern times welcome to the Maury coast. But that's for the Maury people to say. Whether it comes to fruition, we'll just have to wait and see. Ah, what a team! Nayo and Rubeo, they want me to change our ways overnight. So headstrong, especially that Nayo. Nayo and Rubeo are right. We send boys to adventure on the sea and we welcome them home as men. What says a girl has to become a woman by having a child? What I would let them race if only the elders don't want it. They loathe the notion. They want me to punish Abayo and Nao for speaking of it. The riling all four girls to their way of thinking. He means to pick his battles until he gets his feet under him. Smart man. If he were to start his reign feuding with elders, they could badly undermine his leadership. There's never been any question that a woman born to the Walker's clan is our equal. Julie Walker rescued her twin brother, the 17th Phantom. She carried on the legend in his stead while he recovered from his wounds. You haven't failed your new kings on your side. Give him time. Neo and Abayo, you're not coming after all. Oh no, do you have to do chores to do? Ha 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 ha. I told you the Phantom wouldn't help us. You were right. But it doesn't matter now. We know where we stand and that's good. We'll do what we said. Agreed? Let's. Now hear this. To the sea, lads, we're off. And while these tribes people are becoming on this venture to become a man, these two girls and these young women are off to the city. So when they're off to the city, they're wanting to experience what they think that whole stuff entails. And because they go to the city, no one actually knows where they are. No one even knows where they are going. And by the time the Phantom gets back, we have these two tribal girls or women or female people from the jungle, and they're in the city. They're in around cars, they're in around streets, and they're in around two familiar faces called Heloise and Cadia. Cadia, hold up! Why are you stopping? Those girls, how they've dressed, the tribal adornments they're wearing, they're Maori. Heloise, so what if they belong to the Maori tribe? The Maori don't come to the city, Cadia. It's unheard of in their culture. To a girl born on the Maori coast, Maui Twan might as well be Mars. My Maori isn't very good, but here goes. You girls didn't walk all the way from the Maori coast, did you? Heloise, you speak their language? Not really. I must sound like a 2-year-old to them. Are you girls lost? What is she saying? We misplaced something? Abayo, look. Phantom. I know that word in any language. Why are these Maori girls wearing the same design from that favorite necklace Heloise wears? We'll find out. She'll eventually find out why. I thought it was something only the Walkers wear. Mr. Walker wears that design in a ring on his left hand. I've always assumed that must be where Heloise got it. But why are those tribal girls from the jungle wearing it? So why are they here? If the Maori never come to the city, where are they going? I don't think they have any idea. What did she mean, jackals? Who knows? I haven't seen a jackal all day. I hope they know what they're doing. There are parts of the Maori Twan where they definitely shouldn't go. Did you tell them that? I tried to, but I don't think they got what I was trying to say. I need to work on my Maori vocabulary. I was trying to tell them to watch out for for, you know, criminals, predators, weirdos. I don't know if the Mori even have a word for weirdo. Oh, okay. Also, today also is a Monday that we're reviewing these live comic books in, and today it's Easter Monday. So, for anyone that celebrates Easter, if you're a person that likes to likes the Easter bunny, well, happy Easter for Easter Sunday and Easter Monday, and I hope your Easter weekend is going very, very great and is bearing really, really good fruits. Really, really good fruits. Oh, God, Brad. It's all about chocolate. Nah. Yeah, all about chocolate. Nah. It's just about all family. All about family. If adventure is what the girls are after, they may find the best and worst of it in Moratuan. Devil, what do you say we head for the capital city in the morning? Just in case. Just in case, eh? So the Phantom, he heads to the city, and in doing so, he finds the girls and he knows where they are. He finds out there's these particular types of people that want to take advantage of these girls, that because they've come from the tribal and the jungle, they want to take advantage of these girls, and the Phantom doesn't want any of that. So the Phantom wants to teach this guy a lesson. He teaches him a lesson. He says, "Oh, clash," and puts him into a garbage bin. But that doesn't deter this guy from still trying to outtake his job and still trying to do the tasks that he thinks he's required to do. So, pardon me. So, the Phantom, he's still worrying about these two girls, and he says, "That guy again. Did he not get the message the last time we chatted? If he has any luck at all, the doorman won't let him in. Hey, I've heard of you too. You're the Mori girls. Not you. You're not trending." Yeah, so does anyone realize who these two people are? Like, if you're watching this on the replay, comment down below who you think these two good-ish bad guys look like. I'll give you a clue. They both live in New York City, and they're both very, very funny. Yeah, so good. Okay, so these two here are some of the biggest Phantom collectors on the world. They're in the biggest Phantom collectors in the world. They live in USA, and one of them goes by Jamie Diaz, which is this bloke here. He's saying, and the other guy is Pete Claus, and that guy, Pete Claus, is saying, "Not you. You're not trendy. You're not trendy. Stand here and behave yourselves while I think about letting you in." Well, that rips it. If that lowlife is in the club with a Bayo and Nao, he bears watching. Classic. Jamie Diaz is not trendy. He's not allowed to go into a party for the club and not allowed to do dancer. Oh, good on. That is some funny stuff. That is absolutely some funny stuff. They've even actually, to the point out, they've even got their likenesses even that much better. Like, look at Pete Claus and then look at Jamie Diaz. I'll read it again. Hey, I've heard of you two. You're the Murray girls. Not you. You're not trendy. Stand here and behave yourselves while I think about letting you in. It gets better every time you read it. Well, that rips it. If that lowlife is in the club with a Bayo and Nao, he bears watching. Coming through. Whoa, back to the line, mister. Go all the way back. My bad. Go right in, sir. Oh, mate shows a bit of identity, and then he just waltzes on in like he waltzes on in like he's got a little he waltzes on in like he's just scored a try for the NRL. Ba-dum, 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 bum, bum, bum. So the Phantom, he wants to do something right in this club, and the same person who had just gotten their face rammed into a recycling bin, or garbage bin for that matter, is about to learn another lesson. The Phantom goes and talks to the barman. The barman says, "What a dope. You are up, my friend. What's your pleasure?" Up. Phantom's iron fist and many plans, old Jungle saying, crack. What fun! I like those Moritwan people. They're so kind. I'm glad we set out on this city venture. Hi, remember me? This one again. I understand your buyer's outside, waiting the delivery of the Murray girls. Let's go bring him up to date on recent developments. So the Phantom takes this guy out to the car, knocks on the car. Let's knock a little louder. Knock, knock, knock. Come on, man. After all the business we've done, how about a little help? And he says, "Driver, we're done here." "Yes, sir." "Mister, you can't. You just put my life on the line. Looking over my shoulder for that guy is a full-time job from now on." "Give me your wallet." "Oh, now you're robbing me? Perfect." "Nah. Come on, what do you want with my license?" "A name and address for the Colonel Werribee to pass on to the Moritwan police. You'll get it back when detectives drop by for your interview. The one where you tell them everything you know about the man in the limo and your confederate behind the bar. Detectives will know you by that identifying mark on your face." "On my face? No way. What mark?" Crack. He's so naive that he's about to get a skull mark, and yet he just receives a skull mark. So the young tribal women are just in a park, and the Phantom is just observing and watching. "But we did journey far and had a kind of adventure. We did. We were on our own with no one to watch over us. No parents, no elders, just us." The Mori girls trek for home. They go home, they stay for the night, and they say, "Gasp! Abeo! What is it? I thought I saw someone." "You were dreaming, Nao. Go to sleep. We have a far trek to home tomorrow." And tomorrow morning, her voice rings. "Hi, sweetie, what's up?" The Phantom says, "Hi, sweetie, what's up?" "Dad, I keep thinking about these Maori girls I saw a few weeks ago." "Maori girls?" "Yeah, 2 Maori girls walking down the middle of my street in tribal garb. Dad, I think they were lost or maybe running away. I almost put in a call to the jungle patrols just so somebody would know. You know, I know. The Maori are resourceful people. I'm sure the girls you saw are fine. I'm on the way to the Maori coast now and I'll ask around." "That would be great, Dad." "Hey, say hi to the Maori coast for me. Kit and I always had fun when you and Mum used to take us camping there." And then the Maori get back. Maori girls get back, and the Phantom says, "When Abeo and Nao ran away to Moritwan, they were obliged to their king to make a choice. Would he rather have grumbling old people on his hands or rebellious young people? Many tribal elders pressured their new king to insist on the old ways as the only way. No Maori female would ever be permitted to test her courage and endurance at sea. Then Abeo and Nao came came home from Moritwan with an adventurous story of their own to tell. They became heroes to every girl in the tribe. How long would it be before others were to inspired to run away to Moritwan? Pardon me, as a rite of passage. Now the king hopes his Murray girls are willing to declare victory and call the matter settled. To be content, having won the thing they have asked him for the first place, as the father of a bold daughter, I'd say they have him on the ropes and they likely know it. Next, new adventure. And the next comic that we're going to be having, next story we're going to have a look at is the Chronicle of Old Man Moz. Now, this story officially, this story officially in the dailies in the last 3 or so months. This story and this saga pretty much ended. It ended this year. It ended this year in, I think, January or something like that. Ended this year in January. And soon on the channel, probably after May, I'm going to have a full, when all the parts of this come out, I'm going to have a full look at all of the 21st Phantom Saga, because there's a lot of people around the world who haven't seen this saga printed like this, haven't seen this saga printed in like book format. So I'm going to have a look at this story and this saga very, very soon on the channel. And until then, we're going to just have a look and maybe look at some of the panels, because a lot of us already know what this story is about, and a lot of this story connects to other ones. So why not just have a look at all of them all in one big live stream, then talking about them separately? That's what I love to do. Because I don't think I don't see it fitting to be talking about it separately, because a lot of people might get mixed up and a lot of things may get changed, a lot of things may get mixed up, and a lot of people might get confused. So why not just have a look at them all in the same video? I always think that that's the better situation going on there. There's obviously, with this story, there's heaps of talking points in this story, and I think that if I was to look at this story in all one big video or in parts of a live stream, then we would possibly, I think it would be possibly a better viewing, a better video experience, I reckon. No, just me. Could be someone else. And plus, there's multiple artists in this story, in this saga as well, so yeah. So with the Phantom still recovering from his wounds from the supposed prophecy of Old Man Moz, like there's a lot of this story, right? A lot of people were not so liking this story, not because, I think it was because it was going for far too long. It went for far too long, and a lot of people were getting frustrated along, people were getting confused, and a lot of people were getting frustrated that it wasn't moving a bit more quicker, and so on. There's a lot of great panels in this saga and this story. A lot of great panels. Like, for some parts of this saga, it really, really feels like a movie. And I think I had an idea I had an idea, I think a couple of years ago, was to pretty much make like a picture movie, but make it so that it's so realistic that it's like a movie. I get all the panels from this story and I sort of make it sort of like a picture movie type thing. And I haven't done that yet, but I thought of the idea, and I thought it would have been pretty cool, and it might have been a little bit cool to make, but I haven't done it yet because I've been so busy with everything else. And something also I've just realized they've used this panel here over. Used it a fair few times. There, and there. And possibly here too. That's interesting. And when Jamper's gone, all hell breaks out loose. Kit Walker Jr. goes to try and fight his own battles. Goes to the mountains, all hell breaks out loose. And Eloise thinks that when her fondest hope for the future can never be, instead becomes a horror that changes Eloise forever. Diana takes a permanent post in New York. In the years that follow, the Deep Woods are home to one Walker, the last of his line. Years pass. At last you seek to restore life in the Deep Woods as it once was. You hope to mend Diana, Eloise, the love they once felt for you and this place. You go to Asia, Phantom, to find your son, to bring him home at last. But what happens when he goes to Asia is he's in the mountains. I owe Savannah everything. We both do. But she can be on her own worst enemy, you think, like any man or woman consumed by paycheck. And after that, we have the Phantom's End. So the Phantom's End is where he goes to the mountains, and I think there's multiple artists that have worked on this story as well. Like there's Mike Manley. All hell is breaking out loose in the mountain city after Jamper gets shot, and he rings the Kit Walker, the Phantom, and the Phantom, him and Kit Walker Jr. and his supposed girlfriend are not in a great place at the moment. And the Phantom's still here in his adventure off Old Man Moss. Where is it going to take him? So, Chief Constable was the most powerful man. The people were in fear to see the murder woman strike him down. And the Kit Walker, the Phantom, goes to try and find his son. In doing so, he goes to the mountains. In doing so, he ultimately ends up getting shot. And that is where he dies, pretty much. In this prophecy of Old Man Moz, that is where the Phantom, and that is where Mr. Walker dies. And so it takes a long while before the Phantom and Kit Walker passes away. And one of the biggest panels that we have seen in the last 88 years in the Phantom's history is about to come up. He has flashbacks to when his wedding, to the birth of his children, and the growing up of them, and eventually he gets shot. But he's not done yet. And one of the biggest panels, one of the all-time most talked about panels, I would say, of all time, we have just seen. Like, look at that. In all its entirety. Look at it. Like, a lot of people were getting up a stink about this. for good reason, for absolutely good reason, because in the 88-year history that we have seen from the Phantom comic book strip, we've never actually seen the Phantom or Kit Walker's eyes. It was big. It was big when it happened. It's still slightly big when it still is right now. And I'm gonna read this because I read it when it first came out, and I'm gonna read it again because it feels like cinematic. Rah, rasp, cough, ark, stand up. You heard me on your feet. I said stand up, son. The oath we all swore. You met every test, son. You were the 21st Phantom. Stands up. Oh my god. And the Phantom says, not the Python, not the Nomad, it's someone I've never fought and never will. Moz saw this place this day, boom. It's not so bad. It's a Phantom's end. Ha, ha. And as he fades off into the distance, the last remembering thought he remembers is being with Diana and a skull mark. You can just see it because it's just there. It's in her hairline and it's just there. And he was dead, but this whole sequence is a part of the Moz prophecy. It's a part of Old Man Moz's prophecy. It's a part of what he thinks may happen. And eventually it doesn't happen and the Phantom evades all circumstances, but there's like all things are headed this way, but he's trying to change it, and in doing so he eventually changes it. And they bring the Phantom's belt to Kit Walker Jr. Kit Walker Jr. has turned another leaf, and they buried the strong warrior called the Phantom, the 21st of his line. And a year later, 1 year after your death, he falls in a battle much like your own. His body lies unburied in the valley of Nyam Jang Chu. So, if this was to have happened, that would have been a very, very sad ending to the Phantom and the Phantom's 21st lineage of the Phantom and Mr. Walker as well. That would have been very, very sad. And then Diana wants to try and find out where the Phantom, what is actually happening to the Phantom, and he says, Moz, will you please look at me? Oh, good grief, I'm talking to you. And eventually she gets handed the book and starts to read by herself. Chronicle of Moz. Have I forestalled the death of the 21st Phantom, or merely incited fate to bring him to that same grave by a path I have not permitted to see? This is why I wanted you here in the deep woods, while I recorded my prophecy, Phantom, and while on a final reading I stepped forward to select a chronicle you would naturally see as mine. I told the story of your death from memory, Phantom. The chronicle I framed to read from was one of yours. The fates will not be mocked, and yet, come what may, the 21st Phantom and I have dared to do just that. He is his way, I in mine. Next, the breakout. So, I hope you enjoyed looking at the 21st Phantom, the 2023 Christmas special. I hope you enjoyed looking at this live comic book, as we did a live comic book review of this very, very great 108-page long Phantom Christmas special. And as always, you'll see more of this on the channel very, very soon. And As always, keep Phantom Caving, stay safe, and you'll see me next time on the channel with probably even greater stuff than this. Bye!